Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, January 7th, and this is my PM recap video where I'm going to cover the most popular dollar pairs, including gold, the euro dollar, and a couple of other pairs. First thing we need to do is look at the news calendar because that's one of the more important things to be aware of when, especially the web level news events are going to occur. So tonight we do have some really important Aussie news. We got CPI for the Aussie. So definitely pay attention to the Aussie pairs around this time. But other than that, we have this ADP non-farm payroll news tomorrow. This is an estimate of Friday's news and has a very, very little effect on the market. But unemployment claims definitely can move the market, and FOMC meeting minutes later on in the evening, tomorrow evening, definitely can move the market also. So keep an eye out for those higher level news events for sure. So, anyways, looking at the euro dollar, I mean, it played out pretty much exactly as we talked about this morning in on my morning video. We had a nice impulsive move down. I was saying this morning that if it does make a move down, it's very, very likely going to be a correction to this last impulsive move up. So, there's a pretty good chance that this is like either a wave A or possibly a wave one, and that we're now either in a wave B or a wave two. Now, a wave B or wave two is traded exactly the same, which would be looking for sorts of sort of time frames. When this is over, we're either going to see a wave three or a wave C, which is like traded exactly the same, which would be looking for longs on sort of time frames. So pay very, very close attention to your Fibonacci retracement levels. We have one, we have two, we have three waves down. If we get a big Fibonacci bounce, a nice big engulfing move to the upside at a Fibonacci level, especially if you can identify like a break of structure on a little bit of a sort of time frame, then I definitely would take that as likely the end of either a wave B or wave two, and possibly, very possibly, go up for either a wave three or a wave C, which either scenario should be very profitable if you're able to get in near the bottom. So moving on to the pound dollar, pretty much exactly the same as the euro dollar as always. Now I said this morning that if it does make a move down, it's very likely to be a correction to the last impulse to move up. Move up is definitely an impulsive trend. Move down is probably a correction. On the euro dollar, this is a lower high right here. So this is probably already an A. This is probably already a B. Probably already a C. If we hit a Fibonacci retracement level, any one of these levels, like I always say, I mean, it could happen at any one of these levels, which is why I just wait and react what depending on what it does at the level that it hits. If it does go up, especially if you can identify a break of structure on a little bit of a sort of time frame, then that probably would be the end of a correction, either the end of a wave B or the end of a wave two, the beginning of a move to the upside for either a wave C or a wave three, meaning that this would probably be an A and this would probably be a wave one. Now we're going to look at the Aussie dollar because we do have Aussie news tonight. Now the Aussie actually seems really convincing that we are going to get a move to the upside. And this move down is definitely impulsive. Looks like an A. This is a lower high. It looks like a B. Definitely impulsive. Looks like a C. I think there's a pretty good chance that if the Aussie news tonight does make a dramatic move, then the dramatic move is possibly going to be up. Now, one thing to keep in mind, especially with the US dollar pairs, is the trend is down on all the dollar pairs. So this is all most likely just a correction to the downtrend on the daily time frame still. So it could possibly go up but then reverse right back to the downside in a day or two. So definitely be careful, with your longs. If I was looking for longs, I'd be looking for very short-term trades, like day trades. If I do get an opportunity to go short, then that is definitely going to be more of a swing trade because the trend is your friend, and the trend is down on the higher time frame still. So moving on to gold. Now, gold did make an impulsive move down at a Fibonacci level today. And I've been saying for the last couple of days that there definitely is a chance that this is an A, a B, and a C correction. Last night I was saying that this looks like an impulsive trend and this move up could be a correction to that, but it ended up going up and making a double top. It didn't technically take out this high. It's a little bit of a lower high right there. So it still could be like a wave one or a wave two. But the thing is this impulsive move down hasn't really broken any structure, even on the sort of time frames. It might actually end up going up again and sweeping these highs, maybe even hitting the 61%. So be a little bit cautious on your shorts. It definitely looks like we may get another push up before we get a bigger push down. And I do see a scenario that I spoke about this morning in the morning video that possibly has this thing continuing up. and making a new high on the higher time phase. So be a little bit cautious on the short side. I definitely am still looking at this move as very corrective compared to this move down. I still think there's a very good chance that it is going to continue down at a Fibonacci level. I would just like to see a break of structure to the downside, proving that it really is a short. I did go short on this today, but if it does go back up, that's fine because my stop loss is above the previous highs. So if it does go up and hit a Fibonacci level or go short again, I'll just enter again and build a position to the short side. So, anyways, yeah, that's about it for now. Definitely make sure you check back in tomorrow morning for my morning analysis video. And as always, thank you and happy trading to all.